The first phase of vaccinations in our state are well underway. Now, health officials are trying to figure out who should be in phase 1B. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Aya Galal is live right outside the State Department of Public Health lab in Rocky Hill with more on this topic. And Aya, the panel deciding this is grappling with some pretty weighty issues.
Nicole, that's right. And what makes this even more so complicated is that demand is so high, but vaccines are still very limited at this point. And while some determinations were made when it comes to vaccinating essential workers, there's still a lot that remains to be determined. With phase 1A of vaccination set to be largely completed sometime this month, the focus is now shifting to phase 1B.
We will transition quickly between phases when we start to see that the demand for the current phase is not equaling the supply.
A panel advising the governor met Tuesday, trying to come to an agreement on who should be vaccinated in the next phase. The panel agreed that essential workers, including teachers and school staff, and manufacturing and food workers should be in phase B. Those over the age of 75 are also included. The panel also agreed that staff and residents of congregate settings like homeless shelters and prisons should receive doses in the next phase. But the committee grappled with which workers should be considered frontline and whether people 75 and over or 65 and over should be vaccinated next. The agency also pointing out some groups of people will have a hard time getting to a hospital or pharmacy. Others may have difficulty making appointments, either because of language barriers or technology.
If we don't make vaccine accessible, it will be for naught.
So still a lot of unanswered questions at this point. And before distribution can begin for phase 1B, the panel still has to figure out who else will be included in this phase. Those first vaccinations for phase 1B could start later on in this month. Now, coming up in the next half hour, we're going to break down accessibility of the vaccine for communities of color. Live in Rocky Hill this morning, Aya Galal, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.